Tattoos are everywhere these days, but are they becoming more popular or just more accepted?
I got into tattooing when I was about 17. Prior to that, I was also an artist, like drawing, pencil to paper. I always was an artist, but I got my first tattoo when I was 17. And my sister, she figured out that I was going into tattooing, and she always knew I could draw and stuff like that. So to her, she's like, all right, cool. Obviously, free tattoo. Who doesn't want one? So yeah, she let me tattoo a lightning bolt on her hand. It came out so bad, though, so bad.
Art historian Matt Lodder helped curate an exhibition that showcases the history of tattoos in Britain, and he hopes to dispel some of the mysteries surrounding it.
I was really kind of adamant, in fact, that the show had to be chronological, because these misconceptions about tattooing being this brand new thing are kind of based on a chronological misunderstanding. So it was really important for me that, we started before the Cook voyages. We started, as early as we could go, and then go kind of chronologically forward and show kind of what was changing and what wasn't changing, and how this sort of continuity was, the very act of this continuity was kind of changing people's perceptions. Yeah. So yeah, the idea of kind of resisting expectations was kind of baked into it in lots of ways, and so it was a really important for us to kind of try and tell a kind of a richer story about what's going on in contemporary tattooing than perhaps is visible in other formats, at least in kind of popular facing projects.
Exhibitions aren't the only thing demonstrating the diversity of tattooing. Jurassic Coast Tattoo Convention is in its 7th year and has become a big social event for the tattoo artists in Bournemouth.
We were attending this convention ourselves, and the organisers wanted to end it, and we didn't want to end it because it was just such a nice experience. It's completely relaxed, it's artist focused, it's something completely different to all the other conventions, like the bigger ones which have the burlesques or the fire fuel girls, so we just wanted to keep it about the artists. So we took it over 3 years ago.
Although you can see tattoos all over things like Pinterest and Instagram now, I wonder what effect it's had on the industry and the artists.
Bank manager or your king was tattooed, as plenty of bank managers and at least 2 kings of this country have been. You never see it because it just wasn't the done thing for those kind of people to roll their sleeves up at work or wear shorts or whatever. Yeah. But if someone was digging the road, working manual labour, those are the tattoos that you would see. And so those, I think, a lot of the prejudice, if you want to use that word, certainly a lot of the kind of preconception is based on a visibility issue.
I do believe that social media plays a massive role in the rise of popularity in the tattoos. It's so frequent that you can see it. You've got tattoo artists that are now seen as famous, and they've got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, so their reach is amazing, and well done to them.
I think it's one of their major marketing strategies, or how they would really get their work out there, because for example, like if you're in a particular area, then you're just subject to that area. People within that area knew who you are, or finds out who you are, and your client base gets only so big. But now, obviously, because you have social media, shit like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that, we're actually able to display that art that we've created and put it out to a vast amount of people, you know what I mean?
If you don't have a tattoo, you'll probably know someone that does. 1 in 5 people in the UK have some ink, and that rises to 1 in 3 with young adults.
I think tattoos are just getting a bit more mainstream now, in opposed to popular. Definitely mainstream, more of like a fashion statement. Back then, people who had tattoos, they would have people who were very opinionated about it. If you had a tattoo, then you were automatically categorized. You were either a hooligan or a person who didn't have any good intentions, just because this display of art, told the outside critic that.
I think they're getting more mainstream, whereas getting a sleeve tattoo is still seen as quite normal, whereas facial tattoos, that's when it takes it to the extreme, but what's normal for me is not normal for someone else. So
actually what looks like a craze is actually this kind of ever-present thing. And I guess the kind of the obvious thought that follows on from that is that therefore, tattooing can tell us something about the cultural and social life of this country. It can tell us something about patriotism, about war, about conflict, about love, about religion, about popular culture, about the things that people tattoo on their bodies are the things that they care about and respond to the most, or at least in the most sort of straightforward of ways.
Since so many people have tattoos these days, it makes sense that opinions on them will change over time. It will be interesting to see how the world evolves with this new tatted generation.